Are we live?
I wasn't going to be the first one to talk, so.
Yeah, all three of us.
I think so. Let me check.
Yeah, we are live. There's comments. Let's go.
There we are. I can see some.
Cardboard head guy.
And before I forget, hello to Molly. She will be here tomorrow, and she will be doing a live chat sometime this week, probably. Greetings, everybody. And Bob.
And salutations.
Greetings and salivations.
Yes.
So what we're going to do before we get into any questions is we're going to do our top 10 live albums from number 10 to number 1. And Glenn, you get to go first with your number 10 pick.
Okay. I'm going with a new live album that came out this year that is absolutely blowing me away and has moved up into my top 10. One of the great albums of all time is Derek and the Dominoes, Layla and Assorted Love Songs. Tedeschi Trucks Band with Trey Anastasia from Fish, Layla Revisited, live.
I recently heard about that.
Yeah. What an amazing album. I mean, Derek Trucks doing the slide and Trey playing the kind of the Clapton parts, and it's fantastic.
Bobby Whitlock was talking about that in his last video.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. Strongly recommend. So it made my top 10.
Interesting. Very good.
Paul, you're next.
I'm next. So I was talking to the guys before. This was an easy one to do. It was kind of hard because growing up, I wasn't a big fan of live albums, but there were some that kind of were outstanding for me. But I'm going with the Eagles' "Hell Freezes Over."
Oh yeah, good.
Because I like the Eagles, and this was really exciting to see them back together and playing, and and I'm an even bigger Joe Walsh fan. So yeah, "Hell Freezes Over" is my number 10.
That's great. So well recorded too. That album sounds.
Yeah, beautiful. Very well done. Yeah, good sound.
So my number 10 is actually not that good of a live album, but it's really entertaining and it's funny. And the lead singer is kind of, I think he's drunk, but he could have something else in his system. He's insulting. There is some good music on it, but he's.
Is this Redneck Canadian Live?
No, it isn't.
Sounds like Don Rickles.
It is Lou Reed, "Take No Prisoners" double album. And It's pretty funny. And he's insulting the audience sometimes, but he's funny. And so, yeah, I'll lend this to you sometime, Glenn.
Oh, thanks.
Glenn, it's your turn for number 9.
Number 9. One of my favorite live bands. I saw these guys a few times live. Canadian Bonnie and Friends on tour with Eric Cloud.
Fantastic album.
That is a fantastic album.
It really is a great album.
High energy, great playing.
Yeah.
Great cast of characters playing on it.
Delaney and Bonnie are really underrated. They were a big deal. They were very significant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my number 9. I love this album.
Yeah. That qualifies as a Derek and the Dominoes album, actually.
Yes, it's got all the guys. They're all there.
Yeah, they're all there. Well, kind of along that theme, my number 9 is Derek and the Dominoes live in concert.
Wow, that's a great album.
Yeah. And again, I just love Derek and the Dominoes. I think it's my favorite Eric Clapton period. And I love the gatefold. Look at that.
Nice.
Awesome gatefold. So, yeah, it's not recorded about the same, a little later than Delaney and Bonnie, but same era. Yeah. There you go.
There's a I know some of you want to ask questions, but we'll answer questions after we do our top 10. Okay, but there is one question I'll answer. I have a question. Do you guys feel that record products better sound than, say, remastered CDs or MP3? Oh, you mean vinyl?
That vinyl records have a better sound than
Yeah.
remastered CDs or LP. Yeah, for the most part, I think that's the case. They're warmer.
Yeah.
It's a warmer sound. The problem is the remastering going on today, there's not much of it that's done specifically for vinyl. It's all, it's all being done digitally, and then they use that to create the vinyl. But I prefer the sound of the warmthness of vinyl. But there's a lot of variation I find these days.
Yeah.
So it's not an easy question to answer. If you look at a specific album, I could give you an opinion on that, but overall, there's a lot of variation.
Okay, my number 9, it's a live album by Paul McCartney, and it's not Wings Over America.
Oh my God!
It is this one. I don't know how
yeah.
you pronounce that.
I thought about including that one.
It is so good, Glenn.
I haven't heard that one.
So good.
It really
I was
is.
so impressed with it.
I'm
I'll lend
surprised.
this-
it took
You
so
need to
long.
get, that's one you got to give me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll like it. It's really well done. And it's a great venue. It's in a record store.
Yeah. Yeah. And Ringo was there.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, Glenn, number 8.
Number 8. Talk about nice sounding records. Neil Young, Massey Hall.
Yeah.
Beautiful recording. Just Neil by himself. Acoustic guitar, piano.
Yeah.
Beautiful record. All Neil's early stuff. This is recorded in 1971, Massey Hall.
I like that record.
Sorry to interrupt you, but you've got a message to read.
Howdy from Germany.
Am I in the right place? Is this the famous circumcision show?
We're not saying.
Yeah. We've moved on.
If you hear snip, snip, you'll have your answer. That record's so great, Glenn. I actually bought it twice.
That's good.
I bought it and then
Neil will
I had it
appreciate
and I
that.
bought it again.
No way. It's not a print now. You can't get it. So you got
I know
two
it's not
pretty
easy to
expensive
find. But you
records.
can't beat Neil on his own with his guitar. That's it. Man.
No.
That's
I don't think so.
that's really that's Valhalla.
Yeah. I hate to get off the plot, but the new one at Carnegie Hall that's just come out is supposed to be just as good. I hear sonically it's really good too.
Yeah, it's great stuff. Neil's just amazing.
Yeah.
So what are we on here? Number 8, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have a feeling somebody else here is going to have this one. Grand Funk Live.
Whoa,
I've heard that album before.
Yeah. Yeah.
A
Great
classic.
album. High energy. And this is one of those albums that reminds you that bands are often best heard live, because it's just the sound just flies off the record on this one. Great live album.
It is an amazing live album. Great choice.
Yeah.
10, 9, 8. My number 8 is one that I think Glenn owns too. Humble Pie Performance Rockin' the Fillmore.
Oh, I remember a friend of mine had that wore out.
Yeah. Excellent sound quality too. For a live album, it sounds so amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
What are we at, number 7?
7, yeah.
10 Years After, Undead. This is an amazing live album.
Really, I'm not familiar with that one.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's one of the early releases.
Yeah.
And fantastic. Alvin Lee's just on fire. Great blues album. Amazing. Highly recommend.
It doesn't look like a live album.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Recorded, I'm trying to think of, they have the name of the place, the Crawdad Club or something. Very good, though.
Yeah. My number 7 is a fairly recent one, and it's a band that I've always loved. And it's not their first live album, but I played this and just instantly fell in love with it. And that's Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Yeah. I was thinking of having that in my
live at Woodstock. Oh God, it's good. And you know, you hear John Fogerty talk about it. He doesn't think they played very well, and you know, everybody was asleep and all of that. And it's like, I love the album. I think it's just it rocks. It really does. And it's, again, really exceptionally well recorded too.
Really? I was thinking about getting that. Now you've kind of sold me.
Yeah, it's honestly, it is a really good, I like it better than their other live album.
Wow, excellent.
It's really that good. Yeah. Yeah. You won't be disappointed.
My number 7 is a live album by Yes, but it's not. What was their first live album called? Yes.
Songs or Yes?
Yes Songs.
Yeah.
Yes,
This is Yes Shows, Glenn. Much better sound quality, and they do Time and a Word, Going for the One, The Gates of Delirium, Ritual, Wondrous Stories, I've Seen All Good People, Roundabout, Your Move. Excellent. My favorite Yes live album.
Oh, wow. You can't knock Yes?
You can't.
Okay, I'm going with this baby next. Number 6, Procol Harum Live with the Edmonton Symphony. Talk about another great recording.
Yeah.
This is beautiful. Salty Dogs on it, and Wailing Stories, and they do the big the thing at the end in Held 'Twas in I, and yeah, just I love this freaking album.
Well, I like Salty Pretzels myself, but
Yes, Salty Pretzels are better than Salty Dogs for sure.
yeah. Well, another one, people who know me would probably predict is Golden Earring Live. This is their first live album from '77, I think. And this kind of capped my favorite Golden Earring period, that period from the early to mid '70s is my favorite Golden Earring period. And it's just got, every song on it is one of my favorite songs. It's a double album.
Yeah.
I've
I
actually
had
got
that back in the day. Yeah.
I've got a reissue of it on colored vinyl too. But it's great, and it's again, just a rock and roll band that by this point had been around for like 15 years, and just outstanding live performers. It's really, really great stuff. I'm going to say that a lot. Really great stuff.
It's crude and raw, but I like the Beatles live at the Star Club. Yeah, I want to get that sometime. I've heard it.
Oh, you don't have that? It's
No.
good. It's good. It's historic.
Number 6, I guarantee you this will be in Paul's top 3, maybe even number 1. It is The Who, Live at Leeds.
I've heard of that album.
Yeah. I remember the original with all of the
You got the Woodstock
everything in
contract and everything.
I've got that. I've got all the
Yeah.
originals. I paid a fortune for it.
Yeah.
But
I had it about 10 years ago, and I gave it to a friend.
Oh, you're a nice man.
I know, I'm too nice.
Yeah.
I want it. I'm going to ask him if I can have it back.
it's neat stuff. All that stuff they tucked in there. It's like
Yeah,
a
very cool.
And this is
Yeah.
the one of the deluxe, so they do all of or most of Tommy on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the original is
That's out on vinyl now too. They released a big edition on vinyl with the whole
Oh,
performance.
have they?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, you would know that. Procol Harum Live is a really good album. Yes, I agree. So we're number 5. We're in the top 5 here.
How did we get there so quick?
How
Holy
can
cow.
that be not included? Come on, guys. Jimi Hendrix, Band of Gypsies.
Yeah.
Love this album.
I've never heard it, Glenn.
You haven't?
No. Maybe
What's
bits
wrong
like
with you?
Machine Gun is on
Yeah,
that.
Machine
right? I think
Gun
I've
and
heard
Changes.
some.
Yeah, Buddy Miles, Billy Cox. Yeah. Great album. Another well-recorded record.
I've
too,
seen it.
for a
I
live
don't think
album.
I've actually heard it either, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Where have you guys been?
Listening to Golden Earring.
Oh.
So my
Well, Woodstock, I thought about but they're kind of it's more of a soundtrack, considered a soundtrack album, and it's not just one band. I
didn't put too many rules on it. They asked me, guys, Larry said, what are the rules? I said, you can't have any studio albums. seemed like a reasonable rule because I took so much heat for my last rules. I figured, okay, we won't have any rules this time.
The Doors,
Anyway,
the Doors in concert is superb. I have that. I've got.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
absolutely live plus another concert.
yeah. So I mentioned before I didn't get like I wasn't into live albums when I was younger. This is one that I was into. Joe Walsh.
Oh yeah,
You Can't Argue with a Sick Mind.
great album.
That's the name of the album. And it's actually, I think it was recorded from Don Kirshner's rock show, but it is technically live. And again, you know, he does extended tracks. I mean, he does an amazing version of Turn to Stone on this. There's only like 6 songs on the album. Rocky Mountain Way. I mean, what can you say? It's just great stuff. And his band is such a great band at that time. From 75, I think this came out.
Wow.
Yeah. Love the Mirror Ball.
I'm a big Joe Walsh fan too. That's awesome.
Yeah. You know, listening to him play live is just like unbelievable. Yeah.
So my number 5. I wonder if this. I don't think this will be in your top 10, Glenn. Shame on You. Frank Zappa with Captain Beefheart, Bongo Fury.
The whole thing's not live though, is it? Isn't some of that's in the studio?
Well, most of it's live, Glenn. Okay.
Got him on a technicality.
Even his studio albums, most of it's live all the time.
Well, to be fair,
our next one should be albums that are mostly live.
Yeah. Almost live.
Yeah.
But that's a great album. It should have been in my top 10. I wanted to put a Zappa in there, and I wanted to do the Roxy box set. And I said no. He said no. And that's Zappa playing live at the Roxy in 1973.
Well, the original you could put in, but not after the band's been not together for years.
So then I had a tantrum, and I thought, well, I'm not going to put any Zappa in at all.
That's an appropriate response.
The big baby that I am.
That's okay.
Okay, my number 4. No one's going to have this, and this is dedicated to our friend Doc Dacus, who couldn't make it today.
Yeah,
this is an incredible album. The Monkees Live, the Mike and Mickey Show, came out. Their tour from 2018. It is fantastic. The band is smoking. They do all the hits, plus they do a lot of Ned Smith songs, and I love this album.
Yep.
The Monkees.
Who's in their band on that? Does it list them?
Christian Nesmith, Mike's son, kind of runs the band, and other than that, there's really not a lot of people that are household names. Coco Dolan's Mickey's sister does backup vocals. That's about it. But highly recommend that album.
Well, my next one is from a series I've been collecting recently, and it's from the Rolling Stones From the Vault series, and it's their Marquee Club Live 1971. It's a Mick Taylor genre, and this was a short tour they did actually before Sticky Fingers was released, but there's like 3-4 songs from Sticky Fingers on this. It's only a single record, but man, is it great. It's a great album. And shortly after this is when they moved to France. So this would have been one of the last things they did while they were still living in England. Anyway, it's from the Vault series, and get a DVD with it. But it's done in a club, which I think, you know, for a band like the Stones, that's where they sound best. Is in a club.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can see the track listing there, but that's a lot of stuff.
Flowers, I Got the Blues, Let It Rock, Night Rambler, Satisfaction, Bitch. Yeah, cool. The Stones were at the top of their game back then.
Yeah. So I really enjoy that one. It's another sort of recent one in my collection.
What do you guys think of bootlegs? Bootlegs are even more rare than official releases. It is recorded by audience, but is also unreleased material. I don't care for bootlegs myself.
Well, if they're recorded from the soundboard, I'm okay. But if it's just audience recordings, I can't stand listening to them because it's just, they just don't sound good. I don't think they do the band justice if they're able to get that right from the soundboard. That's good stuff. But
yeah, what Paul said, I agree 100%.
yeah, Elton John 11-17-70 is another awesome album. Oh, there's so many we could have done here.
Glenn should be in the middle to even out the plaid. Well, see, Glenn, your shirt is not plaid.
Well, it's the closest thing I had. I tried.
It's more like plaid. It's a plaid.
Yeah.
Okay, my number 4. I wonder if Glenn's ever heard this. I know Paul hasn't. On Your Feet or On Your Knees.
No, I haven't heard it.
Oyster Cult.
Great band, but
yeah. No, I've not heard that.
And this is before Don't Fear the Reaper. They have so many great albums and songs, but they're mainly known for like Godzilla and Don't Fear the Reaper.
Yeah. Oh boy, we're down to the final 3.
3, we are.
3,
3, I can't go anywhere without Live Dead. Europe, 1972.
I love that cover.
Grateful Dead.
Live Dead, that's an oxymoron.
It is. Great album. That's the Grateful Dead at the top of their game. They did a big tour of Europe, and harmonies were dead on. The music was perfect.
What
Everything was
year
great.
was
Song
that?
selection. 72. It came out. The tour was 72, and they actually put the album out just late 72.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that character on the cover, was it used more than for that album or just that album?
Well, yeah, because they put out a lot of individual releases and box sets and everything. They've always used that same kind of character.
Yeah.
There's the back, yeah.
It's kind of like
that
Mad
same cartoonish
magazine.
thing. Yeah.
Paul, it's your turn.
Oh.
Wake up.
So another live album I got when I was really young because I was a big Young fan. Neil Young, Time Fades Away.
Oh, yeah.
Neil never liked this album. That's why it took forever to get out on CD. He wouldn't release it. He was not so much the music. It was a miserable time period for him, and so it had a lot of bad memories. Musically, it's fantastic, and the neat part about it is it's live, but all the songs they're all new songs. There's nothing from previous albums. It's all new material, which is really cool as well. But great stuff with his band, and it's not Crazy Horse. It's his other band, with Ben Keith and Jack Nietzsche and all these guys. And Graham Nash and David Crosby do vocals on it as well. So.
And I think to this day, it's still impossible to find on CD.
He has reissued it on vinyl, though. It's been part of his reissue series.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have seen it on CD, but I don't think it's an official. I think it's a bootleg.
Yeah. Wow.
Great
album, though.
I've always loved the album. It's the one. This was what came out right after. Oh, geez, it just left me. The one with Old Man on it, with Harvest. The one that came out right after Harvest. Yeah. Anyway.
Great choice.
Not quite a live album, but Pink Floyd Live at Pompeii is a great concert movie. What do you guys think of it? I've never seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen the video.
Yeah.
Is that the video where they're doing
Echoes? Yeah. Zeppelin song remains the same. I forgot about that.
I was thinking about that one, but it's not an album I listen to a lot. So.
I don't either. I like How the West was one a lot better if I'm listening to live Zeppelin.
The High Road. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Well, my number 3 is How the West Was Yet.
Oh, there we go.
I'm all excited. How the West Was Won by Led Zeppelin. It is their best live album.
Yeah, it is amazing.
It really is.
Quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, they do stretch out the songs,
It's
but I
better
really
than
enjoy
this. It's better
Yeah.
than the song remains the same.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It's
And
a lot better.
John Bonham is just killing it on the drums.
Yeah. I bought the box set for that. It's really impressive. Yeah.
Bob, we got some groceries. Well, hope you got something good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Glenn's hungry.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm
hey,
starving.
Paul, have you heard the Caught in the Act live album yet that you bought?
Yeah, I played it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
I
good.
still
Eh?
like the first one better. Oh yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good though.
Well, they still do a lot of the older songs on it, right?
Yeah.
So, yep.
We're into number 2 now.
Yep.
Larry's already shown this. Humble Pie performance, rocking the Fillmore.
That's the first duplicate we've had.
Yeah, classic live album. I mean, just amazing. Steve Marriott is so just incredible on this. And I love when they cover the Ray Charles songs. Hallelujah, I Love Her So.
Frampton's still with them at that point, right?
Yeah, Frampton's
he
here.
left when
Yeah.
that album was released.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
okay.
after, yeah.
Walk on Gilded Splinters, which is a great Dr. John song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're
I
on a
Don't Need
number
No
2.
Doctor is the best.
Put up that last comment, Larry. This is my number 2.
Wow, what
Oh,
great
yeah.
timing.
Gee.
This
Speaking of
this
the
is
deluxe.
this is the deluxe expanded. It's the whole Tommy
Yeah.
concert as well.
Yeah, I have that. That's amazing.
Yeah, it really is. This one's a 3-record set, and
Yeah.
I don't think you get all the papers and stuff in it. Though.
No, you don't. No, and
But I got
was
that with the original.
disappointed.
Anyways. But yeah, really great stuff. Sounds fantastic, and this reissue is really well done as well. So I love how they went with the sort of bootleg look to it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one that came out before Who's Next.
Yeah, it's classic cover.
Yeah.
Does it have all of the paperwork inside of that one?
No.
The reissue doesn't have that. But I've got that in my original copy, so I'm not worried about it.
I'm going to sing a song, see if either one of you guesses what it is. Play me, old King Cole, that I may join with you. Thank you. I should have sung it like Bob Dylan.
What did you do with the
Cole.
money, Larry?
Genesis, live, Glenn.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Amazing. And The Knife is absolutely one of my all-time favorite live cuts ever.
Is that
Have you ever heard this,
that's
Glenn?
Peter Gabriel?
It's
Genesis,
Peter Gabriel,
right?
era, 1973.
Yeah.
And they're performing Supper's Ready on the cover here, and it's not included on the CD. That's the only thing about it. It should have been a double. But
Phil Collins is still sitting in a chair, though.
he's sitting in a chair playing the drums. Yeah.
Times just never change. Some things just
But
never change.
he's such an amazing drummer.
Yeah, he
Phil
was really
Collins,
musical. Very musical drummer, Phil Collins. Yeah, he had a real gift there.
Number 1. Paul's going to be happy with me. I kind of cheated a little bit. I don't think this album came out on its own. It came out in the Goat's Head Soup box set, but it's like also
it
the
did come out on
Marquee
its own.
album. Did
Yeah.
this too? The Brussels Affair.
Yeah.
Stone
No, it did come out
73.
on its own. That was the first one in the archive series, but it was only released digitally.
Okay.
It never
But
came out on vinyl.
I mean, the Stones are the greatest band I ever saw live. And
That is
this
excellent.
period they
Yeah.
are just smoking hot.
Yeah.
I love this album, and it sounds great. Brown Sugar, Gimme Shelter,
Yeah.
Happy, Tumbling Dice.
That's been
man.
bootlegged a lot, that one.
It was, yeah. I had a bootleg CD of it for years until this came out, yeah. But that's my number 1. The Stones live are just...
It was released officially, but never on CD or vinyl. It was just a digital download.
Yeah.
Wow. I think it was the first one in their archive series. But yeah, I was so happy when they put it in Goat's Head Soup because, it's just, I wanted it on vinyl.
Yeah.
You could get on a bootleg, but, if you wanted to pay $700 for it or something crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, I got to get it unwrapped here. So my number 1, it's actually been issued in an expanded version, only on CD. But I'll show you my original, and that's the Guess Who live at the Paramount. This is one of my favorite albums of all time. Not just a live album, just favorite album of all time. It's really 16-minute version of American Woman. What can you say? Great stuff. Yeah.
The Guess Who.
Yeah, just and they, it did feature, I think, 4 tracks that were new material. But I mean, they got other great stuff on here as well. It's just a song called Pain Train, which was from their So Long Bannatyne album.
Yeah.
They just rock it out. It's just amazing what they do on that. Anyway, Live at the Paramount, my number 1.
Good choice. Great album.
Do you have any honorable mentions that didn't quite make the top 10 cut?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Too many.
Well, Neil Young's Live Rust.
Yeah.
I could have very easily put Wings Over America on there. Oh, geez. Some of like the Who have been releasing live albums lately as well, the older stuff. And they've had, there's one they just issued it from the Isle of Wight concert, I think in '68. Amazing stuff. There's so many out there. Yeah.
I almost picked Hawkwind's Space Ritual. You ever heard of that, Glenn?
I'm not a big Hawkwind fan.
No,
gotta say.
For Hawkwind, not that album, but yeah.
Yeah.
Lemmy was the bassist.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Yeah. I Allman Brothers Live at the Fillmore, which I think is one of the great. I don't know why it didn't make my list. Amazing album. Wings Over America, like Paul said, was really close.
James Gang Live, last
James
one.
Gang Live.
That was another
Carnegie
great one.
Hall is an amazing album.
Yeah.
Jethro Tull Bursting Out.
Yeah.
Man, you guys forgot to include Elvis as recorded at Madison Square Garden. You don't have to be a fan to enjoy. Yeah, Elvis was great live.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was the greatest. The Beatles live, yeah, that's good. The Beatles live at the Hollywood Bowl. Very good. My number 1.
I knew it.
Ever since it came out, it's
Yeah.
my favorite live album ever. I've played that so many times.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I can't argue with that one. It's on my. It's in my
neither.
list. That was pretty good, guys. We only had a couple of duplicates there.
Well, the live chat's over. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Yeah.
Good night. Elvis has left the building.
So let's talk about this band called the Beatles for a moment. Now, Glenn, you recently got the vinyl deluxe box set of Let It Be.
Yes.
Now you're going to be doing a review on your channel, which is Glenn Kellaway from the Basement.
Yes.
And Paul's channel, Fit to Be Tie-Dyed. Both of their channels are on my front page. If you
From the
scroll
Basement
down and subscribe. But so far, what are your thoughts?
Thumbs up for. Well, it's kind of mixed. I mean, I'm of the opinion that I wish they would have given us more. But I guess it is what it is. And I really like the remix of the Let It Be album, the Phil Spector album. And the Glenn Johns album is definitely interesting and cool. And the other album with the outtakes and jams and stuff like that is really just a novelty to me. It's not something I'm going to play that often. I don't need, once I hear the talking back and forth, I don't want to hear it again. It's kind of gets a bit tedious, but a lot of the jams are really not. That's some of
I hear the Queen. I hear the Queen says no to FBI pot smokers.
She did. I don't know what she had against them, but she didn't like them. Yeah, and but overall, I give it a thumbs up. I love the mix on the Let It Be album. I think it sounds great. The vocals sound amazing.
Yeah. Well, Paul, I think hasn't received his yet, so we don't want to give too much away.
It's supposed to be here within the next couple of hours, according to my.
So I won't say I like it, but that's about all I'll say.
I'm just checking my notifications. Although I must confess, I did download it.
Yeah.
and I just did spot checks and but only played it over my computer, so I don't, you know, I don't really have a solid opinion yet on it. So yeah. Oh,
No,
now
the
it says I'm going to
Rooftop
get it
concert was
between.
never released.
No, we're going to be seeing it
The
all.
thing is, when I look at the track listing on it, like I've got so much bootleg stuff from the Let It Be sessions that
You've probably heard most of it,
I've probably heard it all. You know?
but it's
Yeah.
a better quality at least.
Well, maybe.
Some of
I don't know. Some of the bootlegs are pretty darn good. You know, they do sound good. The thing I'm most curious about is the Glyn Johns mix, because it's not really actually any of the individual mixes he did. It seems to be a amalgamation of things he did. So apparently the second mix was supposed to be the definitive one, and I'm wondering why they didn't just take that and release that, you know. But anyway, I'm interested to see what it sounds like.
Which do you prefer, Glyn John mix or Phil Spector? I like the original.
Yeah. Well, I like. I mean, the original album is the better one. I think the Glenn Johns mix. There's stuff on there that you really.
Yeah. I think it would have been panned more than the original Let It Be. If
Absolutely, the Glyn Johns mixes are they're neat
really
to hear,
messy.
but they are really crude. They're rough. They're not. If that had been the last Beatle album released, it would have been a really bad thing, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think Phil Spector pulled it out of the fire.
Yeah,
honestly,
he did a good job.
People complained about what he did. There's only really 3 songs in the album where, you know, he did the Wall of Sound, and I'm not particularly upset with what he did on those 3 songs. So, here's the thing: I don't understand why people think the way they do now. I was around when that album came out, and for the first many years, nobody had a problem with Phil Spector's production. No. It's only been in the last 10 years or so that all of a sudden people saying that it's muddy and doesn't sound good. Growing up, I never heard that. Everybody thought it would sound fine, so this revisionism seeps in, and I don't know, it's weird.
Glenn Johns mix remastered by Johns himself sounds great, like a completely new album. Yeah, it is. It's just a bit raw. It is raw. Like you never would have released that as a the way it came out. Yeah.
No, it.
Yeah.
It
does sound great.
It's neat to hear the stuff.
It is, yeah, yeah.
But after I've heard it, I'm not going to flip it over and play it again. I'll leave. Okay, let's come back to it in a year or so. It's pretty raw. It's pretty raw.
Yeah. Look what I got. Just in case nobody,
it's
there's
right
somebody
side
watching.
Up. What's going on?
If there's anybody watching, don't worry. I'm not going to sell it during the live chat. This is the Beatles Let It Be book. And so far, I haven't heard anybody else having an upside down book.
I keep telling you, Larry, it's the cover that's upside down. The book's fine.
Well,
yeah, it's the cover that's upside down.
Yeah, it gets confusing after a while. So anyway, that was a big laugh when I first saw that. I just laughed.
I would have been so ticked off.
Why didn't you take it back?
Why? It might seriously be worth money in the future.
Well, yeah, but
if it's the only one.
See, I didn't buy it to sell it. I want to have it.
I would have kept it anyway, Glenn. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal to me personally. I'll just look at the cover, then I'll flip it around.
I just figure you pay that kind of money for it.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
it should be perfect. But
when I come to your house next time, when you're not looking, I'm going to put all your CDs in your rack upside down.
Yeah.
Larry's whole world's going to be.
You should buy the CD box set, right? And then when I'm not looking, switch the books.
Yeah, I could do that.
You could take it to a book binder and get them to rebind it.
Yeah. And it's done really poorly, right?
Yeah. Oh well, maybe the pages will fall out like it did with the original box set. And then you
Yeah,
just put
I
them
remember
back
that my
right
brother had
away.
it. Yeah. Yeah. You couldn't even open it, right, without a page or two falling out.
Steve Wilson does amazing mixes. Like what he did with Aqualung just blows my mind. It's just, I
Yeah.
wish they'd get him to do the Beatles stuff.
that'd be cool.
He's amazing. He just does amazing work.
He's a great artist. You should listen to him someday, Paul.
Mr. Hagerman's there.
Hello, Robert.
Robert, we were going to have you on. No, he must be he's at work doing inventory, I think.
The Upside Down edition. Special Sunrise edition.
I agree with that, Barry. That's the one song that Phil Spector should have left alone. I would have
It's
liked
not
the
one
more
of my
bare
favorite
bones
Beatles
version.
songs to begin with.
It's a beautiful song.
Yeah,
though. It
here's
sounds
my
much
take
better
on it.
with just the
My
band
take
playing.
on that is the Phil Spector version is a bit much. The version without Phil Spector is way too thin. I think I've always heard that song was something like what they did with Eleanor Rigby with a string quartet or something,
Mm-hmm.
a smaller chamber orchestra. I think that would have been the perfect combination with that song.
Favorite Birds album? I don't know.
Wow, so many good ones. I mean, I like the first couple, Turn, 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 and Mr. Tambourine Man. They're my favorites.
I just have the two greatest hits albums, so I'm not a big Birds expert.
Your book is legendary by now here in Ukraine. Wow.
There, maybe
See,
you
it's
can
getting
tell it to them.
around. I have an Upside Down White album. Oh, that must suck.
Paul and Ringo
No,
contacted
I'm
you to
still
about
waiting.
this.
I'm still waiting for them to. I'm surprised Paul didn't show up during this live stream.
I'm here.
Yeah, the other Paul.
Watching this on my supper break. Robert's doing the inventory.
Yeah, Spectre didn't do subtle. Yeah.
Well, it depends, like it's just he salvaged it. I mean, before he got hold of that album, there wasn't really something people would have liked to hear, to be honest.
What do you think about Paul calling the Stones a blues cover band? Yeah, Paul, why did you say that?
Well, they were at first. I mean, that's what they were.
Yeah.
The Stones at their core are a blues band.
Yeah.
That's what they are.
I
So,
don't know.
like, I don't know what the context was when Paul said that, but it's not an insult.
Yeah. And
because the Stones themselves refer to themselves as a blues band.
I see him in interviews and he said Paul says the Beatles were better. I'm not offended by that because for me, they were, but he has the right to say that.
He was talking about the Beatles being more eclectic too. Like the Beatles could do a show tune like Till There Was You or songs like that. The Stones would never do anything like that. Everything they did was based on blues.
Yeah.
They grew up loving that music.
I don't know. Like, I don't know if that was meant as I don't think it was meant as an insult.
No, I don't either.
No. Because like I said, the Stones themselves call themselves, like Keith Richards openly acknowledges that they are a blues band. And if you've heard their Blue and Lonesome album, the last studio album, it's amazing stuff, and that was all covers, right?
Yeah.
And it's one of their best albums.
Which one is better, the Byrds, the Hollies, Buffalo Springfield? I don't know.
I'll go Buffalo Springfield.
Yeah, probably.
Boy, that's a tough one.
It is tough.
I'll go Springfield just because I love Stephen Stills and Neil Young, but that's the only reason.
Yeah,
they only did 3 albums. They only did 3 albums, so
that's right.
Anyway,
they were at first Milkshake. I don't know what that. The Notorious Bird Brothers, 68.
They are.
Bye, Robert.
Bye.
I've never heard it.
I've heard the song end of this. It was all right. Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to get their first 2 albums sometime. Punk rock. The original punk rockers.
I saw Iggy Pop once open for the Pretenders in Edmonton. Yeah. He was pretty
crazy?
Good. He put on a good show. It was pretty good. He was the opening act.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were either blues based or R&B Motown based. It was one or the other.
Yeah.
Did you know the band the Brincos, Spanish Beatles? Maybe some vacation in Spain. No. Was it who was the drummer? Gringo?
Oh.
Cha-ching.
See.
Yeah, early Bee Gees is awesome. I don't have a favorite album, but just their 60 songs were great.
They had their own thing going. You know, they're unique like that.
Because the Beatles were really weird at their best, and Phil was a Beatle in no way.
Phil was not a Beatle.
No.
No, not really. Not if you ask Paul McCartney. I thought Brown Sugar was about a groupie.
I did too. I think we're getting revisionist history from Keith there.
Yeah.
He might have been a bit out of it at the time, so he doesn't remember. So, Glenn, now's the time where you try and sell people to subscribe to your channel. What do you do on your channel, Glenn Kellaway from the basement?
Nothing, Larry.
Okay, thank you. Paul?
I got nothing. No, I
talk about
music I love about. So, yeah, I talk about Paul's channel and Larry's channel, and let's talk about music that I love. I've got pretty eclectic taste. I can go from bluegrass to jazz to classic rock, and show a lot of new albums that I buy. And I'd like to just share information and passion to music, and that's pretty much it.
I like doing on my channel. I like doing comparisons, and I always try to bring in history and context to my videos. I'm not much for just doing what I call the show and tell thing. I talk about records, but from a personal perspective, like, you know, how they affected me personally, or get into that. I like doing. My era was what I guess they call the classic rock era, sort of 70s and 80s rock and roll kind of stuff. That's what I grew up on. So that's really my mainstay. But that's.
And on my channel, I like to do show and tell, like my Beatles book, which is upside down. I like showing that to people.
Yeah.
That's all I
Larry does that, so I don't have to.
Have you guys heard Ringo by the Corettes? No.
No. Ringo.
Do you like Bad Company? Yep, I do. I have their.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I just did a series, just did it last year on Free, where Paul Rogers and Simon Kirke, their first band. And I've thought about doing one on Bad Company, because an amazing group.
I love the Bee Gees. I like 60s Bee Gees. I don't like disco Bee Gees.
Well, you should be dancing, Glenn.
You should be dancing, yeah.
Yeah, the falsetto gets a little thin after a while, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Traveling Wilburys were great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
My favorite is Volume 2, Traveling Wilburys Volume 2.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Best concert.
Rolling Stones, 1972, with Stevie Wonder opening the Exile on Main Street tour. It's my favorite concert ever.
Paul.
I always go back to the first time I saw the Who. It was in '79. It was the night in Buffalo. It was the night after the Cincinnati Stampede.
Oh,
It's the first time I'd seen them live, and it was just I walked out of there and I remember saying to my friends, I said, I feel like I've heard the Who for the first time, because it's another band that their records do not do them justice. They really don't. The energy just doesn't come off the record like you get in live. Like the Who live is just like the energy is incredible.
My favorite would be Paul McCartney in Toronto in 2010, and I got to go backstage, Glenn, and meet his band members.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, 9 rows back, center stage, because I know the guitarist.
That's very cool.
Jazz Sabbath. That would be fun to check out.
That would be fun to check out.
Doing jazz, Black Sabbath. Yeah, Glenn, you never mentioned before the.
Well, you know what? I wanted to do live 1975 Rolling Thunder, but it was part of the bootleg series, so I didn't really want to consider it part of Paul's. But I saw both Rolling Thunder shows in 1975 at Maple Leaf Gardens, so it's one of my top concerts of all time. And I just thought it didn't belong in the live album thing, but I would have put it in there if I.
Hey guys, and by the way, I can never pronounce his first name. How would you pronounce that, Glenn?
Lewin?
I don't know. Anyway, Lewin, I heard your music on Spotify and it was very good. I just wanted to let you know. Thumbs up. Yeah, awesome. He had an album on Spotify and he went.
Oh, does he?
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, well, we'll check that out. Oh, is that an I though? Is that Ian? Is that an I or an L at this first?
He can let us know how to pronounce it.
Ewan, maybe it's Ewan. Ewan, maybe, because that's an I at the beginning. It's not an L. Maybe it's Ewan.
Wow, anyway. True collector's item there. Oh, your book.
Is being called a boomer an insult? No.
No.
Well, it depends what you're doing at the time.
Disco Bee Gees, Barry. Come on.
I like the 70s Bee Gees. Some of them.
Yeah. Well, the stuff does get your toe tapping. You got to give them that.
Yeah.
Well, they made lots of money. You got to give
David Bowie. I almost had one of his live albums in my top 10.
That would have been cool to see. I would have loved to have seen Bowie back then.
Yeah.
I might think. Yeah, I saw that show.
Metallica.
I like those kind of bands that.
So we were at a concert on Friday night in Vancouver, and it was a string quartet, 2 violins, a viol, and a cello.
Cool.
And the first part of it, they did some Bach stuff. The second part, they did 13 Beatles songs.
Really?
And it was amazing, just amazing. And before the show started, I'm looking at the set list. The very last song they do is Come Together. And I thought, how in the world are they going to do an arrangement for string quartet on Come Together? And I got to tell you guys, it was one of the most amazing things I've ever heard, what they came up with. It was just mind-blowing.
That is awesome.
It just did a fantastic job. And it was just kind of modern classical abstract stuff going on. And it was really amazing. Yeah. It blew me away what they did with that song.
That's really well done. Cool concert.
Yeah.
Remember Dread Zeppelin?
Oh, I remember them. Yeah.
They were good. Yeah. And the guy was like Elvis and doing Led Zeppelin. They were good. I think they're still around. Yeah. 2010. That's when I saw them. Really good. Larry, you're my neighbor. I live in New York. Well, we're so close.
Yeah. Come over for dinner. Live Peace in Toronto, especially side 2. Yeah.
It's pretty good. The best shows I saw was ELO in 2019 in Toronto.
In 2019? Oh.
Wow. Yeah, I just mentioned Dread Zeppelin. They were good. Thank you, Bob. Take care.
Bye, Bob. Enjoy your dinner.
There you go, Glenn. John Coltrane. Do you have any of him?
I love jazz, but Coltrane. I have a hard time with Coltrane. It's just busy.
Here's
too out there for me.
The set list that they did. The string quartet, the Beatles songs. The first one was "I Want to Hold Your Hand." This is like, you see that. Well, what are they going to do? And then they did "Yesterday," which you would expect. Blackbird, "Strawberry Fields Forever," "All You Need Is Love," Eleanor Rigby. And the Eleanor Rigby, the score was George Martin's score. You could hear it note for note, from the album. It's really cool. Michelle, "Love Me Do," which was interesting. "Something," "In My Life," which was beautiful. They did a beautiful job in that. "Hey Jude," "Here Comes the Sun," and "Come Together." That was the set list.
And they did an encore of "You Know My Name, Look Up the Number."
Yeah. Too bad these guys don't put out an album of that stuff.
But it was really, it was really well done. It was really cool because it was all in candlelight too. So it was very low lighting, and they had hundreds of these candles, like those electronic candles, the ones that flicker.
Okay. Yeah.
And they had hundreds of these all over it was in a church. They had them all over the church, and they're really well done. Really.
Was this like a touring band that has albums and stuff, or are these sort of?
No. It's a series they're doing. It's called the Candlelight series, and it's just these. I think they're UBC students. At least they've all graduated from UBC, and they're doing a series. They do one on Queen. Friday there was the Beatles, so they just got this revolving repertoire that they're doing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really great.
So speaking of jazz, Glenn and I are exchanging CDs, and right now I'm listening to Miles Davis. What's it called?
In a Silent Way.
In a Silent Way. I won't say, but we're getting together in a few days, and you'll see my review and ranking of it.
There's some great jazz. The jazz is all over the place. It depends what you like. I mean, if you like the bebop stuff, or there's stuff that's more melodic and stuff that's real far out there. That's really hard to grasp at first. It's just such a big genre of music. Is that their new album, The Quest?
I have no interest in it.
I'd like to hear it because I didn't mind that song that they released.
Yeah,
it was okay.
Alice Coltrane. Yeah, I'd like to get into some jazz, man. My favorite Paul McCartney solo album is Ram. I guess it's a solo album, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. Well, I really like Flaming Pie. It's not a bad
And Chaos and Creation in the Backyard too.
Mine is New. I love New.
Yeah.
New is good, yeah.
There you go, Paul.
Because they didn't record it at Abbey Road. They recorded it at 3 Savile Road and Twickenham Studios. And George Martin is an Abbey Road employee.
Oh, yeah.
Or EMI.
Plus, he didn't really want to produce them, right?
That was a weird arrangement. Because it was being done in a film studio, and it was kind of outside of his jurisdiction, I guess. And they were kind of self-producing a lot by that point as well, so which didn't work out so well, but
Yep. Robert Plant. Glenn gave me a recent Robert Plant album on one of our exchanges, and I was really impressed. I still haven't listened to it again yet, Glenn, but like I said, I was really impressed with it.
Carry Fire, it's really
Carry Fire is excellent.
I think he's a better singer now than he was in Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Chet Baker.
You know what? I like Chet Baker's playing, but I don't like his vocals at all.
Yeah. So who would be your favorite jazz artist that you
Oscar Peterson? I absolutely love, great Canadian musician.
Yeah.
Stanley Clark. There's so many great ones. I love Diana Krall. I think she's amazing.
Stanley Clark had such a unique guitar style. You know, the tap technique is just like, wow, where'd that come from?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was not one of my favorite Queen albums, but it was.
I'm not a Queen fan for some reason. Like they're
Queen.
okay.
Glenn actually hates Queen.
No,
but he said,
don't.
never say that publicly, Larry, because.
No. I don't hate Queen. I appreciate them, but it's
not
the band
I don't have any of their albums. I just never got into them.
I have all of their albums.
Well, you got them for the rest of us.
Elton John, One Night Only, live, 2000.
I like his live in Australia with the Australian Philharmonic. That's a great album.
That was a good album, yeah. Roger and the Goosebumps song, Stairway to Gilligan's Island.
Just the title's funny. You don't even need to listen to the song. Yes, we're doing
good.
great.
We are all good.
Yes.
We're so good, we're making ourselves sick.
Yeah, Focus. I actually just saw today Focus performing just recently. And yeah, he can still sing and everything. They were doing Hocus Pocus. You remember that one, Paul, don't you? Yeah. It's so good.
I still laugh when that comes on the radio.
That's one of the most watched YouTube videos for live performances.
Really?
Yeah. So good.
It's what happens when rock and opera collide.
Yeah. Yep. Innuendo was awesome.
Whose song's that?
Queen.
Oh.
Queen. Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the band called Sky? I've heard of the name.
Yep. Yeah.
That'd be interesting, though.
I think I actually have a couple of their albums around here.
I'm going to check that out.
Yep. The Darkness is really good. Yep.
Please check your Wi-Fi network.
Stanley Clark played with Jeff Beck or vice versa.
So it's sort of like Larry played with Glenn and Glenn played with Larry. And
yeah, it's vice versa.
Yeah. Hmm.
It's actually a really good cover of a Zepp classic. They do a good cover of Stairway.
Yeah, Frank Zappa used to do Stairway to Heaven. And
I love Zappa's version of Stairway.
Yeah, one of the best Zeppelin covers I heard is that song, the Immigrant song that they I can't remember the name, but remember the girl with the dragon tattoo? The movie. It was the opening. It was the opening credit song for that. It was a cover of Immigrant song. Man, it was fantastic. Can't remember the name of the group though, but it was loud. Oh my God, it was loud. It was really good though.
I didn't know it was out yet. Where can I watch the Velvet Underground documentary? And another excellent documentary is this one, The Sparks Brothers.
I think I saw that earlier.
Yeah, that's great live. That's a great live album. I forgot about that one. A triple by now. So Sticky Fingers being part of Exile?
No.
As a triple album?
No way.
No.
No.
They both stand on their own.
The music is different. It's no.
Yes, Diana Krall. There's always a Beatles connection. Diana Krall's band played on Paul's Kisses on the Bottom album. Yeah.
And she's married to Elvis Costello, who did an album with Paul.
That's right. Hey, Larry, Paul, and Glenn. I'm late. Some of my favorite albums. Thieving Magpie.
Oh, yeah.
Bullet.
Magpie. Yeah, that's an amazing record. Yeah, with I think it's the last one that Fish did with them.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Check that out.
See, I didn't go through my CDs, but that's an incredible record. Actually, Marillion have done a few live albums that are really quite good.
I got to make notes.
Thieving Magpie. It's a double CD. I think I got it here somewhere.
I enjoyed your video on the Sparks documentary, Larry. Thank you.
I didn't like it, Larry.
Yeah, you didn't like my review. He hasn't seen the documentary yet.
That was horrible.
Now he doesn't want to watch it because of my
Bad video.
review.
Yeah, it was a bad review.
There you go, Glenn.
Yes, I want Larry to say that. Larry, say that word.
Aoxamoxa.
Moxoa. It's a palindrome. You know, it's spelled same way frontwards and backwards. Oh, look at that. And that's with fish?
That's fish right there.
Wow. I got to check that out.
Yeah, it's 89, I think this came out. 88.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah. Really good. So it covers their first 4 albums, the ones that Fish did with them. Fish, Derek Dick is his real name. And he's done solo stuff too.
Yeah. Alan Parsons Project.
I got every Marillion. I'm a huge Marillion fan. It's one of my favorite bands.
No, really. I never paid any attention to them. I need to. I kind of like Alan Parsons. I'm not a huge fan. Like they don't really do anything to me. I should really give them more of a chance because I like that kind of music.
I always liked his stuff. I've had all his albums too, and the people he had with him, like John Miles, amazing vocalist, sang on a lot of Parsons albums. Yeah, very creative. Very prop.
Do you like Out of Our Heads? Yes.
U.S. copy.
I don't know if it's any.
Well,
I don't know what the difference is between that one and the British, but I like that album.
Not a huge amount, I don't think.
Definitely will be purchasing the Sparks Blu-ray. Love their music. Thanks to you, Larry. You're welcome. This includes, Glenn, a bonus disc with more interviews and everything, and just
you've already ruined it for me, Larry, with that
more footage,
review,
and
so.
Glenn, a 90-minute full concert. I'm trying to sell you this and this upside down book. Please.
Larry, you just want me over there because it's my turn to buy the subs. That's
true.
Yeah.
When are you coming over?
Another couple of months.
There you go, Glenn. Write that down.
Listen to Ocean Cloud by Marillion. It's from the album Marbles. Okay, Ocean Cloud. I'm writing it down.
Well, if you want
Thanks,
to, I personally think the best Marillion album is Brave. And Steven Wilson did a remix on that too.
And what's it called?
Brave.
Brave. Okay.
Yeah, you want. I personally think that's their best album. But I love them all. I love them all. But they've done a lot of great albums. They really have. But Brave is, most Marillion fans think that was sort of their crowning achievement. But
so, Paul, why didn't you're not really into Yes then, are you?
I like their stuff. It's just I never, it's just you can't get into everything, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
No, I wouldn't poo-poo them.
Yeah, I remember
No,
Angel.
Yeah, I remember Angel.
Like Saga is another band I love, but not many people are into Saga, and they're kind of Yes-like.
What are your thoughts on
harder,
set?
Well, Paul hasn't received his yet.
Yeah, it's the latest update said 6:45 at the latest.
Well,
so
I'm happy with mine. I'm not sure if I'll do a review or not, but I don't want to say too much because I know Paul and Glenn will probably be doing videos reviewing.
I'm probably not, honestly.
No?
I might be one for the Glyn Johns mix.
Yeah.
But it's just, everybody's doing it, and I just think
I like it. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I'm happy too. I'm not disappointed in it at all.
I might do one in 5
more,
years or something, I might do
I
one
want
down
more. I want more. That's it. Live Rush album. I don't know if it's a lot. I like a lot of the stuff they've released off of the anniversary sets when they've had like a live concert from
Yeah.
somewhere in England or something. Some
Yeah.
of those are really amazing, but
Yeah.
they're not really releases on their own. But
See, it says out for delivery. Well, you can't really see it, can
There
you?
you go. Well,
that's very cool. Out for delivery. We like that.
love Sparks. Have you seen Annette movie? Yeah. I really liked them. Sparks wrote the script and some great music too. Yeah. Yeah.
He's done some really great albums. I really enjoy what's the one, Ammonia Avenue. I really liked. I thought that was a great album. Eye in the Sky is another good one. Yeah. Vulture Culture. He did, the one I really liked was Turn of a Friendly Card. I think it was very musical.
I just did a song reaction on my Patreon channel for Van der Graaf Generator yesterday, and I liked it. Nice.
I haven't listened to them, but they've been recommended to me a few times.
Yeah,
Another band I
like
need to check out.
Yep.
Yes, he did.
And Abbey Road too, didn't he, or not?
Yeah, he was an engineer for Abbey Road.
Yeah.
Yep.
Favorite Cream album?
Cream Live is my favorite.
In fact, Alan Parsons, I think he's the head guy at Abbey Road now. He's the head engineer or something.
Really?
I think so.
I love all the 3 Cream albums, but Fresh Cream,
Arachnophobia, is an awesome album. Interesting story behind that.
Whose album's that?
That's a Marillion album.
Okay.
That was fan funded. They raised the money by having people pay for the album before they recorded it. So I sent in like $35 or whatever. My name is in the album.
Wow.
Like they got all the fans that donated. They printed their name in the album in the special edition. Yeah, so I got my name in that album. That was pretty cool.
Yep.
Concert for Bangladesh again. Amazing album, but I just, because there was so many different artists on it, I left it out of the mix. No Man, Steve Wilson Band song Back When You Were Beautiful will make you tear your YouTube video.
Michael Sadler from Saga. They've now disbanded again. They've more or less retired, unfortunately. But what an amazing singer he was. I saw them. Their first album, self-titled Saga, came out. I heard it on the. I heard the song "The Perfectionist" on late night FM radio one night. Heard it, loved it instantly. The next day, I went out and bought the album, and loved it ever since. And I turned all my friends onto it too. So we went and saw them over in Breslau, Ontario, in a bar. They did a live concert. Man, what an amazing show! Oh,
wow,
they were so great. They were so great. They were just, this is like 78. They were just starting out.
that is a good crowdfunding tactic to get your name on the album. Yeah.
Yeah. Good for
Yeah, they've done it a few times. But I think Arachnophobia was the first one. So yeah, I got a copy of my name's in there. It's pretty cool.
Oh, favorite films.
Films.
Goodfellas. There's Something About Mary. The Wizard of Oz. There's 3. What about you guys?
I'm going. The Godfather is my favorite movie of all time, and Abbott and Costello Meets Frankenstein.
My favorite movie is The Outlaw Josie Wales, Clint Eastwood movie. Oh man, there's so many great movies though.
There is.
I kind of like the action ones too. You know, a movie I always get a kick out of watching is Roadhouse.
Yeah.
I always get a kick out of watching that.
Jeff Healey.
Jeff Healey's in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got
Yellow Submarine on Blu-ray. Yes, I haven't watched. I don't watch Yellow Submarine too often.
I've got it on VHS.
I've seen it.
My
yes.
I think both of my sons were into that band, Sigur. I don't know how you pronounce it.
Sigur Rós. Yeah, I tried to get into them for a while. I back when Napster was around, I downloaded some of their stuff and listened to it. It was okay.
Is that VHS, Paul?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
VHS, yeah.
That's worth money.
Yeah.
I'll trade it for my Upside Down Let It Be book.
Yeah. Paul's getting indoor plumbing next week.
Mine's upside down too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have to rent a little house any longer.
Marillion have invented crowdfunding in the music industry.
Well, good for them.
No, it shouldn't be. It's a great album. Just no,
it's
don't
good
mess
the way
with
it
it.
is.
Don't mess with perfection.
Yeah.
There's Anarachnophobia. It's the one I got my name in it.
Oh yeah, it's cool.
It's not one of my favorite albums by them, but you can see. Well, I won't show you my name, but there's one of the pages of all the names.
Yeah, it's cool.
Wow.
So they got there's a bunch in there.
I might be Let It Be Naked should have been included in the set. Nah.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. We've got.
We already have them.
Yeah. You can only do so much, and that would have just driven the price up too. You know.
I'm of the opinion I wouldn't have minded if they did a super deluxe box set for $500 or something and included a ton more stuff. But I think the set the way it is fine.
Yeah.
The only thing I think they should have done is a separate album for the rooftop concert. That's instead of the stupid EP we got. Like that to me is like whatever.
Yeah.
No.
The great Canadian band to check out. The Glorious Sons are awesome. I got 3 of their CDs. Great band.
I forgot where I pulled this out.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
There we go. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, Hard Day's Night's a classic.
Oh, what a great movie. My favorite scene in that movie is when George is talking to those fashion designer, the ones who are promoting.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's priceless, that scene.
Bad gear.
And they start criticizing George. He just looks at him and says, I don't care.
And it's totally
She's a
him.
drag. We sit around and make you say.
I don't think he's acting. Wait, so Paul, you're moving. You're moving, Paul. You didn't even know.
I'm moving.
Yeah, we've sold your house.
How much did I get for it?
Not very much.
Where can I stream Yellow Submarine? I don't know. I don't know if it's online.
I don't know if you can do that on YouTube as a buy rent thing.
I doubt very much. The Beatles stuff is so safely guarded that you could probably get a torrent for it somewhere, I would think.
Raging Bull, great movie. The Shining, yeah, pretty cool. Though I like the book better.
Yeah, I don't listen to it
Let
very
It Be
often.
Naked. It's got.
I heard Tim Allen actually made a comment about it. It like for years there's something missing, and he nailed it. He said it's boring, and what they've done is they've polished all the interesting things out of it, and it really is boring when you listen to it. It's like, okay, no energy. Like they sucked the life out of it whenever they did that. Well, when he was doing that wandering around, he was
drinking.
He was, seriously. He was hungover when they filmed that.
Great acting.
Scene, and he was feeling like the hair of the dog, you know.
Yeah.
Turn left at Greenland. How did you find America? Turn left at Greenland.
Yeah, that's
that
Searching for Sugarman was pretty interesting movie. Yeah.
What do you call that haircut, Arthur?
Yeah.
Do you think the Beatles should have done a movie
Yeah.
in
It would have been cool, but
well, you know,
supposedly they were talking about doing a Western, but they couldn't get the script that they liked.
They were so burnt out by then. I don't think anything would have worked. And just okay, well, let's look at it this way. Had they been doing a movie in '66, we probably wouldn't have got Revolver.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's your trade-off, right? You just soon have a movie or Revolver, and it's kind of a no-brainer for me. But
Hot child in the city.
yeah, Nick Gilder, he did solo. They play his stuff in Vancouver radio a lot.
Yeah. Roxy Roller. Yeah.
Yeah. No more comments.
No more comments, so we just sit here and be quiet.
Okay, let's have a nap.
Where'd you get the hat, Glenn?
I bought it at record Sam the Record Man, Larry. You know,
I've heard of that
sells some
place.
hats at the Quinte Mall.
Yeah.
I miss Sam.
Yeah.
Sam's here, Paul. Come and visit.
Well, that's the only place in the world.
Not the same, but
Well, I assume you guys got the one on Young Street, right?
oh yeah,
That was Valhalla.
That was
I mean,
home.
Oh,
was home
my
for me.
God, what a store! Remember back when they had three in a row. They had the Vinyl Museum, A&A, and Sam,
That's
like
right.
all like side by side.
Yeah.
We used to take. What we used to do is we drive down, park at Yorkdale, and take the subway down to Young Street, right?
Yeah.
And we'd spend all day there in just those three stores alone. You know,
Me too.
Oh.
I spent all my life there. Yeah.
took it
amazing
for
place.
granted. You know, they're all gone, man.
Yeah,
Those were
Yeah.
the glory days.
they were.
Yep, did.
Fantastic soundtrack by Neil Young. Oh yeah, I haven't really listened to that. Worst Beatles-based movie. Oh god, that was bad. Yeah,
Beatles-
Bee Gees'
Pepper
Peter
movie
Frampton.
was just
Yeah.
horrid.
Movie.
Oh yeah, what a
I
Peter
remember.
Frampton.
I don't know about you, Glenn, or Paul, but I remember being excited that this movie was coming out, right? And then I didn't even go to see it because of all the bad reviews. And
I saw it at the drive-in.
did you?
I would have driven out.
Yeah,
That was bad.
When did you know it was a bad movie, Glenn?
when I saw it, I think I saw it right away. About 3 minutes in.
Oh God. And George, what was his name? George, somebody's doing Maxwell. No, that was Steve Martin. He was good.
Yes, Steve. Yeah,
But who was the older guy, the older actor? George. The
oh, I don't even know.
Was it
old
George
dog
Siegel?
guy.
George Siegel? Wasn't George Siegel, was it?
No,
Oh.
the old guy.
Oh, George Burns.
George Burns. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, that's horrid.
I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever sat through the whole movie, to be honest.
Yeah.
Same with Paul's Give My Regards to Broad Street. So bad.
Yeah, I've watched that. It's not as bad as Sergeant Pepper, but it's
No, nothing is.
although Xanadu with Olivia Newton-John was pretty bad.
That's a great soundtrack, though.
It
I
is,
bought
yeah.
that album because of the ELO side.
Yeah.
The ELO side is fantastic. Really is. Great music.
Indie bands, New Pornographers, Wolf Parade, Destroyer, and Northern Pikes, and don't forget the greatest indie band of all time, Lowest of the Low, from
And
Toronto,
I'm
Ontario.
friends with the Northern Pikes, and you're friends with Lowest of the Low. Yeah.
I've gone fishing for northern pikes.
Well, there you go.
I have Yellow Submarine on DVD. Yeah, it's worth all. Everyone should have Yellow Submarine.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Four-Way Street.
Four-Way Street. Yeah, I was looking for that, and I had it on vinyl, but I don't anymore. That would have been in my list if I had found the vinyl. Fantastic album.
Movie Control about the life of Ian Curtis Joy Division. I never saw that. Interesting. Mix. Don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I am a big Velvet Underground fan, but not sure. Thank you, Justin.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank you, Justin.
Yeah. Yeah.
It probably is
Okay,
available.
1,
can buy
2, 3.
Sergeant
Everybody
Pepper.
stay together. 1,
Yeah.
2, 3.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Justin.
Justin.
Glenn, you're way off time.
I know. And my harmony was
You're not
good.
joining our barbershop quartet.
Yeah.
He's not the musician we are, Larry.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can buy the Sgt. Pepper on. Sadly, I'll get it for you for Christmas, Glenn. Sgt.
I
That'd be
hear-
awesome.
Pepper
I'd
on
appreciate that.
Blu-ray.
I hear that if you get it at Walmart, they'll give you $20 to take it.
But yeah, the soundtrack on seeing Two of a Kind movie soundtrack is great also. Two of a Kind, what was that?
That was
Another
Travolta
movie with
and
Olivia Newton-John.
Newton-John.
Yeah.
Twist of
Good,
Fate.
harmless fun.
Twist of Fate was the big hit from that.
Yeah,
I
that
love-
Bee Gees documentary was good, but they never mentioned the Sgt. Pepper movie at all.
Would you?
No. Yeah.
It never happened.
No. What do you want? Why do people want to change
Do you
things?
think Jade should be a Crosby, Stills, Nash, or stay? I know what.
Or stay as CSNY? No, it's CSNY. It's a
Well,
great
it
album.
is
It's a classic.
CSNY.
Yeah, let's not mess with perfection here.
Don't get Glenn mad.
No, leave things alone. They're perfect as they are. Eddie and
Yeah.
the Cruisers was a pretty good movie.
Yeah. What was the other one? Streets of Fire? Was that the one with Willem Dafoe and I love with Diane Lane. I love the music in that.
Yeah.
It was really good. That was Jimmy Webb did some of that, didn't he?
Don't blame the Bee Gees for Sgt. Pepper or for the documentary.
Let's just not blame the Bee Gees.
Yeah, don't for anything. It's not the Bee Gees' fault. Get together when Larry records his Dylan tribute. Larry will sing lead, of course, and you guys can sing backup vocals. That'd be perfect.
We can do
Glenn's
this
got to
spot
improve his timing. Yeah.
Yes,
it's really
I love
cool.
Head.
Yeah.
Head's
I
great.
don't think I've
Great
ever seen-
soundtrack. Great
Yeah.
soundtrack.
It's pretty crazy for its time.
Yeah.
Mm.
It takes place in Victor Mature's hair.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Jack Nicholson wrote that movie. I don't know if
Yeah,
anybody's
he
aware of
helped.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brazil.
Cheers from Brazil.
Bueno.
Yeah, I saw that documentary. It was good.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent documentary. Yeah.
Yeah.
What an amazing
Yeah.
documentary. That was so well done. Robbie Robertson narrated most of it, right?
Yeah, it was kind of based on his book, right? Testimony. It was more his story, but it was great.
Human Highway, yeah.
Is that a Neil Young lost album or a CSNY lost album?
Well, I think it was CSN. No, Neil did a song called Human Highway, which no doubt was from that. That whole period is kind of, they just didn't get along.
No, and still they don't.
I've never seen Tommy. The whole
My favorite CSNY album, there's no Y on it, is Daylight Again. I love that album. And
Yeah, that's a good album.
they didn't, that started out as Stephen Stills and Graham Nash. And they got into recording it and they realized there was the third voice that was missing and they brought Crosby in because they weren't really talking to him at the time. But they brought him in and then the last song, Daylight Again, they actually had Art Garfunkel on it instead of I hear it and I think, oh man, they should have got Neil to come in and do that, but Art Garfunkel actually sang the fourth harmony on that.
That's crazy. There's a lot of good songs on that album for sure.
And
I love
the best Crosby, Stills and Nash album cover of all is "Live It Up" with the hot dogs floating in space.
What a piece of crap, eh?
Yeah.
When I bought that, I thought, what the?
Oh,
It's so not Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. It's just like,
I was telling Glenn, can you just see like Stephen Stills? He sees the album. That's it. Yes.
yeah, that's the one. Yeah, let's approve this cover.
Yeah, who had the artistic approval on that one?
After a classy album like Deja Vu, right, or their debut, then they.
I know, like when you put it into context of all their album covers, you get this one with the stupid hot dogs.
I was thinking, like, maybe sometime, even if we don't own the album, we could do a top 10, our least favorite album covers for whatever reason. Maybe grab the pictures on the internet if you don't have them, or maybe ones we have.
Yeah,
that one would have to be on it.
Like Emerson, Lake and Palmer's Love Beach, right, Glenn?
Oh, that's the worst. I've never heard that album because of the cover.
Yeah,
just brutal.
Yeah.
Do you know if there was a special reason that they made the Bee Gees movie, Sgt. Pepper?
Just for money.
Yeah.
I must have it on CD. I don't have it on vinyl.
I have it on vinyl. I don't know.
Yeah. I used to have all their stuff on vinyl. It's one of those bands where I bought the CDs and got rid of the vinyl, and now I said, what an idiot I am. But anyway.
I'm hoping it's London Town and Back to the Egg, but haven't heard anything recently for the next archive.
London Town's got such great guitar work on that.
I love London Town.
London Town's awesome.
It's an amazing album.
That might be one of the best McCartney albums for guitar work.
Yeah.
Great guitar on that album.
Yep.
I just love the vibe of the album. I think it's a really good album.
Southern Cross is a great CSN.
Yeah, and that was written by Stephen Stills. And I remember David Crosby, who's actually the sailor. He's the one that had the sailboat. And he says he was really impressed with Stephen's understanding of sailing and everything. He says, I couldn't have written a better song. You listen to you guys, Larry, you've got the Deja Vu 50th anniversary set, right? Glenn, did you get that?
No, I haven't got it yet.
That's a must-have. But when you play it, it's amazing when you hear the outtakes and the alternate non-album tracks.
Quality.
It's totally dominated by Stephen Stills. It's totally dominated. Like the guy is just a musical genius.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even the first album, right, was all him.
He played all the instruments on the first album.
Yeah. I am a huge Janis Joplin fan. She's my favorite singer of all time, and I just adore the woman. Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
Awful album covers.
Yeah. That'll be our next top 10.
Okay.
Top 10 bad album covers.
Do you think you have 10 bad album covers, Glenn?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
10. Yeah. Some cheesy ones for sure. Quadrophenia was a good movie. I went to the show to see that when it came out.
Oh, I remember
Sting was in that.
That was a blast. That was a fun evening. We had a great time. Quadrophenia, I sometimes think it's their best album.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
I can't say that because Who's Next is just the definitive rock album. But Quadrophenia, there's not a weak track on that album. Man for Man, Earth Band, absolutely. I have all their albums. I won't get the stack, but I got a stack this thick of Man for Man, Earth Band. Love them, absolutely love that band. Doc Dawkins hates them.
Love Beach. No, was Love Beach is the ELP album, right?
Yeah, he's joking though.
Oh, I get it. Janis was amazing.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
that was a very good documentary.
That was a good documentary.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I want to see that.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's on Netflix still. Yeah, a lot of good guitar on that album.
I just like the songs on that album.
Well, when it first came out, me and my friend, we wanted Paul to rock, like on Junior's Farm, so when we first played it, it was kind of, it's more of this laid back crowd. But, after a few plays, it's awesome.
I liked it because it was laid back. I just thought it was a really nice album to listen to and very musical. Yeah.
Trippiest album covers, yeah.
Trippiest.
A lot of those too. Worst reunion
Top 10 worst
albums.
reunion albums. Yeah.
Mm.
I thought he was going to say top 10 worst live streams. We could choose this one as one of them.
No, we're doing okay today. You're sober.
Drinking ginger ale.
And Glenn's not talking about his wee-wee.
No. No, I've matured, Paul.
In our previous live stream, Glenn Kellaway let us know that he's circumcised.
Oh, a moment in history.
Yeah,
Union.
it's not a favorite of mine.
That was a Randy Bachman band.
Yeah, Union. Yeah. Did you hear that Randy Bachman recently got his guitar back that he was
After
missing
like
for
45 years or something.
Or he's
In
getting
Canada,
it back.
in Canada, it's Bachman. In the U.S., it's Bachman.
Yeah, that's why I got confused.
Yeah, that's a really cool story.
Yeah.
Really cool story.
Yeah.
You guys need to, if you've not read any of his books, he's done Vinyl Tap Stories and Tales from the Tap, 2 different books. Fantastic reads.
Really?
Oh, the guy can really tell a story.
I read his autobiography, that was good.
So check out Vinyl Tap Stories. That's the first one. It's based on his radio show.
Oh, cool.
And he knows everybody.
Making more notes.
And he's in his second book. He does a whole chapter on his guitars, which fascinating. Most people maybe won't get into it, but I got into it. It was really fascinating stuff.
My favorite Uriah Heep album is Demons and Wizards.
Mine is Salisbury.
I never got into them. Quadrophenia is a masterpiece. It is. I mean, if there's any album that showcases Pete Townshend's genius, it's that. The guy is a genius.
He is. I've said that.
No question about it. He's a musical genius.
Yeah.
The stuff that he hears in his head, bands will never come up with after decades of trying. Like it just comes.
Even his home recordings,
his demos,
like it says almost as good as the Who's.
Yeah. If you ever hear that stuff.
And Larry, I lent you I gave you the Who's his first solo album there. Who came
That's
first?
right.
There's a couple
I'm listening to it, Glenn.
There's a couple of 10-inch EPs he's done of his Quadrophenia demos, which are
they're good.
Just amazing.
Anthology 4. I don't know if there's anything left in the tank. Is there?
Yeah, what would it be on? Yeah, I don't know.
I'm a David Byron Heap guy. I gave up on them after that. I know that I've heard some of the albums are pretty good. But favorite Woodstock performance except Hendrix. Wow, there's so many.
Well, the Who were pretty good.
They were.
Nobody ever talks about, and I'm not actually being funny, but Sha Na Na in Woodstock was pretty damn good.
Yeah, it was pretty
they're entertainers, Yeah,
they're
entertainers.
It wasn't in the movie, but man, if you listen to Johnny Winter's performance at Woodstock, it is killer.
Yeah, and I was
who else
at
I really
Can't
liked
Eat.
was Richie Havens.
Yeah,
Richie Havens was amazing. Yeah, what
That
a
was
start.
an amazing performance too.
Yeah.
Santana.
Can't Eat.
Yeah.
Of course, I mentioned in my album the CCR's live at Woodstock.
I got to get that.
Oh, you do. Honestly,
I got it, Glenn.
It's yeah.
Wow.
It's you will not. It's a 2-record set. You will not be disappointed. Pete Townsend is a genius. Yeah.
Yeah, in capital letters.
Yeah, I never realized how many vocals he did in the Who.
A
Like
lot.
growing up, I would think, that's Roger Daltrey for the most part, and then later on, it's like that's not Roger Daltrey. That's Pete.
Yeah. No, Eminence Front. Yeah, it's a great song too.
He did a lot of vocals, Townsend did. I think it's good, right? Because their sound never got stale. They had 2 lead singers. You know, the Who have been described as the only rock band that ever had a lead singer, a lead guitarist, a lead bassist, and a lead drummer.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it all worked. It's just amazing how it all worked.
Yep.
Live at Central
Live at
Park,
Central
yeah.
Park. It's awesome. Yep.
Nothing wrong with Simon and Garfunkel.
Mine is the Slider. There, I just surprised him.
I don't think I have. I haven't listened to a lot of T-Rex, so.
All silent.
Bang the gong.
Yeah.
Get it on.
Oh, that's Wimpy REO. Anybody you ever hear the first two REO Speedwagon albums?
You're
like
telling me.
They rock.
They do rock. REO 2.
Man, do they rock.
Yeah. I
Well,
saw
my
them
favorite
open
is,
for Joe Walsh at
again, one of my favorite albums is You Can Tune a Piano, but You Can't Tune a Fit.
Good album.
Oh. And then they went all schmaltzy.
Yeah.
I can't find this feeling.
Yeah, they started doing the ballads, and the lead guitarist got pissed off, and he used to show up stoned and drunk.
Yeah, he was drunk, and they had to
kicked him out of the band eventually. He died eventually.
Gary Richrath, what a great guitar.
Yeah, but he was not happy with the direction they went in.
No.
Because he liked to rock, you know. You can tell by looking at him, he was a rocker, you know. Like, it's just.
I've got that DVD. Yes.
Songs from Songus. I've got the album.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rush were pretty good.
Yeah, they're okay.
One of the best.
Again, a band I never got into, but I certainly respect what they did.
Tuna Fish is great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that album's one of those albums I describe. It takes off and it never lands. You know,
Yeah.
It's just the opening track. What an amazing opening track! Roll with the Changes.
Yeah, Roll with the Changes is a great song.
One of the strongest opening tracks ever.
Yeah, I saw Joe Walsh at Massey Hall, and REO Speedwagon opened, and unheard of REO Speedwagon.
Wow.
And they were incredible. Immediately went out and bought their first two albums were out at that point, and I immediately went out and bought them. And at one point in the show, the whole band left the stage except Gary Richrath, and he stood there and played like a 10-minute guitar solo all by himself. It was just like, holy crap, these guys are good.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, the singer of the prog band. I remember Stuart Castle. Yeah. I never really got into Steely Dan.
I like that album. Steely Dan Alive in America is a really good live album.
Yeah. I've got all their stuff. I've got all their
Love
albums.
Quicksilver. I'm a big San Francisco.
What was the last one? Gaucho? Was that their last album?
Yeah.
I love Quicksilver.
Another band you probably had never heard of, but you know, a foreigner, and Lou Gramm.
Yeah.
Lou's first band, Black Sheep. They did 2 albums, and it's really great stuff. Really great stuff.
I hope that you know what, I just can't see that being a good album. Rod Stewart and Ronnie Wood and Kenny Jones making another Faces album. I haven't got high hopes, but fingers crossed it's good. I love the Faces.
10 worst follow-ups to great live albums.
To great albums. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
Yeah. I have to think about that one. That's a hard one because, you know, so many albums get overshadowed by the one that came before or after. You know?
The sophomore albums are always the hard one.
Like I always think of like Revolver, right? Sandwiched between Rubber Soul and Sgt. Pepper. Like that's a very unenviable place to be if you're an album.
Yeah.
But it's a great album.
But
like I always think,
yeah.
what would people say about Revolver had we never heard Sgt. Pepper? Like people would be talking about Revolver, you know, but nobody talks about it because of Pepper, you know. I don't know. And by the same token, not many people talk about Magical Mystery Tour because it followed Pepper. But it's I like it better than Pepper. I think it's a great album.
Yep.
But that's me.
Yeah. Stiff Little Fingers. I have this other band called the Vibrators, and they have a song called Stiff Little Fingers, and that's why this band named themselves.
I often get those when I'm in a snowball fight.
Robbie Wood.
Ronnie
We're
Wood,
going with
Robbie
your first
Wood, yeah.
choice. Robbie Wood.
I have to get up for work in the morning. You guys take care.
We
Wow, where
don't
do you
work.
live?
We just do YouTube live
Yeah,
streams.
it's only
Rock and
early
roll.
here. It's only rock and roll too.
Yeah, it's only 2:45 here.
Roll with the Changes. Yeah, great song.
Oh yeah, it's just one of the best opening tracks. Oh
Who's Steve Hillage?
I've heard of him.
yeah,
Guitarist. Yep.
yeah.
With a certain band or?
I think he
What was
more
his
solo.
band? You
No,
guys
but I'm
seen-
dying to. I don't go to the movies at all. The only time I go is when there's a James Bond
Boy, I've
movie.
heard a lot of negative about it.
Really? Oh, I gotta go. It
Len,
can't be
would
as
you
bad as
rather-
Sgt. Pepper.
Would you rather see the new James Bond or watch the Sparks Brothers documentary with me?
Oh,
Gee, I
man,
might
that'd
have to
be-
flip a coin on that one.
Yeah. Is your popcorn as good as the Belleville
Yes, it
movie
is,
theater?
Glenn.
Okay.
Yes.
You
But you
can't
have
eat
to
it
bring your
anyway.
own pop.
You can't do that until after Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
metal.
That's good. That's a good analogy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love metal though. That's my
Yeah.
favorite Pink Floyd album.
Me
Metal.
too. Me too.
That's just another one of those albums that just rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Never really.
What's that one they released recently? The
Nebworth one?
was it Nebworth? What's it called?
Live at Nebworth is just out now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
know.
America. Yeah. See, now there you go again. I did that in my Desert Island video. We did
Mhm.
the early one. And yeah, America's Homecoming, their second album, again, one of my favorite albums of all time. Those first two albums, actually, I would say the first three albums, Hat Trick is just as good. I love early America. I was just watching a video over lunch here with Jerry Beckley. It was in Australia. He lives in Sydney, Australia, and they were interviewing him on a television show. It was the 50th anniversary of America, yeah, he's an awfully nice guy. And they showed a photo of him with David Cassidy and Eric Carmen back in the old days. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in the band Gong, Glenn.
I don't know the band Gong.
Yeah, I've heard
That's
of
why I
Gong.
don't know Steve Hillage.
I've heard Steve Hillage. I don't know about Gong, but yeah.
You got to see Bon and the Big Screen. The action scenes in the trailer are awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna go see it.
There you go, Glenn.
Yeah. Larry still he's trying real hard to get me to become a Sparks fan, but I'm having a hard time. I gotta admit it.
Yeah.
I think
Supposedly they can't do a remix on
Oh, they
Revolver
could.
or Rubber
I
Soul
don't
because
buy that at
they
all.
say the music is all bled together on the tracks, and when they separate the tracks, you hear all the other instruments bleeding in. That was what I was told by.
I
I
don't buy
think
it.
Giles Martin said that.
It's been done. Like I've got this series, I might have mentioned it before, by a guy named Mirror Spock, who took the mono mixes and turned them into stereo. It sounds fantastic. I mean, if you can take mono and turn it into stereo, I don't buy that argument. I mean, I think Rubber Soul needs to be done before Revolver does, but
Yeah, that'd be
There you go, another
it'd
one.
be awesome if they could do it. That's for sure.
The Sparks documentary instead of James Bond. There you
Geez,
go. Glenn.
I'm in the minority here on Sparks.
I think it's the same guy, just under a different login.
I think Larry's just brainwashed all his subscribers into the Sparks thing. And
Oh yeah, see, America's still
It's like a
touring.
cult.
They do like 100 shows a year. They're still
Drink-
touring.
they're drinking Larry's Kool-Aid here with Sparks. Not enough water, zero stuff. Yeah, I agree with that. Although Guy Pratt, who took over for Roger Waters as the bass player, is an awesome bass player.
Oh.
What do you think of Yellow Submarine? What's
Yeah,
CGI?
they were doing a remake or something. I saw a little animate, or it looked pretty good too.
You can't do that because it's going to change the look of the whole movie, though.
Yeah.
Like that'd be like taking Fantasia and redoing it in CGI. It's like you can't do that. I agree. Stop.
Yeah, Talking Heads are awesome. Echoes.
What an amazing song! I can just put that's a headphone song, right? Put them on there and just turn the lights out and fed.
Yeah, incredible.
I've been a fan of Sparks since '74. Every album is unexpected and wonderful. That's right, Tony.
Are you into Sparks, Paul? I got to ask. You seem to say
No.
He's never heard them.
He's going to work on you first before he goes after the whale.
But this documentary, even if you don't like, I'm like that. Like I like watching documentaries. I'm watching one right now on Netflix on Ella Fitzgerald.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I have any interest right now in her, but just her life story, right?
Yeah, no, it's always interesting. I like that.
And with these guys, it's like they never gave up. That's the basic story, right? So,
well, maybe they should.
I gotta share a story with you guys. You know when I showed you my Arachnophobia CD? Well, I put together a 3,000-piece Beatle puzzle, okay? And it illustrates 100 of their songs. I got finished and there was a piece missing. Honestly, one piece missing.
2,999.
I rebought the puzzle, but it was cut differently than the one I had, so I couldn't steal from it. And I got I brought out it just happened when I brought out the Arachnophobia CD. I showed you that. This fell out of the CD.
Oh
no way! The missing
Not a word of a
piece.
lie.
Isn't that nuts? That's crazy.
And I remember I was showing the CD to my brother-in-law, and I was showing him where my name was in the CD while we were building the puzzle. And that, honestly, this just fell out as I showed you the Arachnophobia CD.
That is craziness. That's not.
So do either of you guys want a 3,000-piece Beatle puzzle?
no, that's okay. Yeah.
It's
wow.
really cool.
Yeah, AC/DC is one of the best for live performances. So much energy, amazing.
Yeah, I've never seen them live, just video footage, you know. But yeah, that's the kind of music you got to see live.
Hey guys, I have to say goodbye.
Well, I'm going to.
My daughter's here. And
So
I'll just stay here.
alone.
I'll stay here until next week.
Okay.
So,
I
thanks, Glenn.
do have to
Talk
go.
to myself.
Love you guys. Take care.
Love
Thanks,
you.
everyone.
Bye.
Share my
Talk to
wisdom.
you. Take care.
Okay, bye.
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 Guess we're leaving.
Oh, he's finally gone, Paul. It took two hours.
He's like the guest that shows up at supper time and can't take a hint.
I said at the beginning of the live stream, Glenn, we really don't want you on this live stream, but he never heard me.
Well, it worked with Doc Dawkins. You think Glenn would take a hint?
Oh,
I don't know why.
Doc.
Anyway, for those who are still here,
We're just joking.
To your wits' end, Doc Dawkins was going to join us today, but he had to cancel out the last minute. So
When he heard I was going to be doing the live stream, yeah.
So
Larry's channel? No, can't make it.
I love Bon Scott. When he died, it just wasn't.
Yeah,
Well, you know, it wasn't the same, but they're still a great band. Just different.
poor Glenn.
Poor Glenn.
I don't know. Why does it hurt when I pee? Just the title alone.
He did a song called "Why Does It Hurt When I Pee."
Yeah.
You're a Zappa fan. Have you ever heard "Shut Up and Play Your Guitar"?
Oh yeah. It's instrumental. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
I
He's
think
one of
I
my favorite guitarists.
Yeah. Oh, he could play guitar. No doubt about that.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna wind it up, Paul, because I need.
Okay.
So we'll say goodbye to everybody.
goodbye to
And
everybody.
remember to subscribe to Paul's channel, Fit to
Yeah.
be Tie-Dyed, but not Glenn
Please.
Kellaway from the basement because he left early.
Yeah.
In fact,
Unsubscribe.
Unsubscribe from his
because he
channel.
left early. That's
It's-
right.
How rude. Just all of a sudden he bolts from the live stream.
We'll have to invite him back so we can abuse him some more.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for having me, Larry. This was
Yeah,
great.
you're welcome, Paul.
We'll
do this, but it's a good idea to do maybe next weekend or whenever top 10 worst album covers. Or,
Okay, yeah, we can
Yeah.
do something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Sounds
And thanks, everybody.
Chowder.
Bye.